Well, hello, beautiful souls. It's Marissa here with Healing with Grace. Welcome to this gloomy, overcast Tuesday. I'm going to be doing your full moon reading today. So if you've been feeling, more critical of yourself lately, obsessive about details, worrying about getting everything exactly right, you're definitely not alone. This full worm moon in Virgo, it's also a total lunar eclipse. And Virgo energy can amplify perfectionism, overthinking, obsessing over health, and concerns around routines. Add Mercury retrograde into that mix, and things from the past may be resurfacing as well. Not to romanticize them, but rather to refine them. So it's not about perfecting yourself. It's about purifying what is no longer aligned for you. So with that, let's pull a couple cards for the collective and see what kind of energy we're really stepping into and what it's asking of us. Well, we're going to do take two because my video just stopped recording. I was recording it on Instagram edits, and usually you have 10 minutes, but it just stopped recording at 4 and disappeared, shut down. Can't even access the video I was recording. I'm very disappointed because it was really good. But instead of pulling the cards again, we're going to use the cards that came out because it's very fitting for this energy of the full moon in Virgo, total lunar eclipse, and everything that we need to know. So I'm going to try my best to remember what I said. Obviously, it's not going to be as in the moment as when I said it, but the message is still going to be, delivered as to what the collective consciousness is supposed to hear. So the first card we had got was the Fool. And we actually literally got this exact same card a couple weeks ago when I was doing the New Moon in Aquarius reading. And what I was talking about then still applies now. It's, fresh new beginnings, taking the wisdom from the past and starting anew, amplifying and bringing that into, bringing it first of all into the present tense, being more present, and then amplifying and taking that energy forward into the future. So what's going to be really important during this time, and again, I talked about this in my Year of the Fire Horse reading, but what's going to be super, super important right now is grounding. The energy can be very chaotic and scattered right now. And then having that, full moon in Virgo energy where it could be a little bit more self-critical, maybe obsessive, a little bit compulsive tendencies to be obsessing over certain things. And it's a matter of really trusting in the divine, trusting in your higher self, and moving forward with that divine intuition, intuitive nudges that you get. And the only way that's really going to happen is if you're grounding, you're going within, you're taking time to sit with yourself, doing some breath work. Take 4 times a day, take 1 minute, 4 times a day, and do 5 to 10 breaths. Breathing in, closing your eyes, holding it, breathing out longer than your inhale. And maybe putting your hand on your chest, on your heart, telling yourself that you're safe. You're here in the present moment, you're safe. Because that's going to bring you back to the now so that you can actually ground your energy to receive the divine guidance to move forward. The next card that we got was the High Priestess, which is exactly what I was talking about. This grounding, this going within to connect with your higher self, with the divine. And, the number 2 being all about self-love. So when your mind starts to spiral and you're thinking thoughts about, amplified hypercritical things about what you're not, where you want to be, but what you're not and where you're not, it's time to have some compassion and love for yourself and take time to connect with your higher self. Your higher self is not trying to guide you into the trenches and into the ditches, because your higher self goes with you. Your higher self loves you unconditionally, and your higher self wants to help put you on the path of your highest purpose for your highest good. So in order for that to happen, we need to release resistance. We need to trust and release resistance so that we can actually hear the nudges and feel the guidance of what we're supposed to be doing versus trying to fight and resist it the whole time. Your life's not meant to be super hard or complicated. Yes, will you have challenges? Of course. That's part of the human evolution. That's part of the soul evolution. But you're not meant to be suffering. You're suffering because you're resisting what's meant to be. When you're aligning with your higher self, you are allowing. The card after that was the Moon, which is so fitting. We are in the full moon today, March 3rd, full worm moon in Virgo. So the moon is illuminating our shadows, not for us to obsess over them, but for us to see them clearly so that we can actually move forward in our lives. And, shadow work doesn't have to be some deep, traumatic emotional event. It can be seeing something for what it is, getting the clarity on it, and having compassion for that shadow. And that's usually by doing lots of inner child and inner adolescent work. So that could be something like closing your eyes, taking some breaths, envisioning yourself as a child, envisioning yourself as an adolescent, and having total unconditional love and compassion, not judgment, love and compassion. The reason that we tend to resist or have self-sabotaging behaviors is because we have an unmet need within. And usually that is acted out from our inner child and adolescent feeling unseen, unheard, unmet, and unloved. And so that acts out in our adulthood. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we're actually adults. A lot of people are not adults. They're still children acting as adults. But in order to actually become an adult is you taking responsibility for your inner child and inner adolescent and loving them unconditionally, not conditionally, loving them unconditionally versus conditionally so that they can feel seen, heard, accepted, loved, and validated. And so the moon is highlighting for us to see the shadows, but also to recognize our light and love ourselves for both. Let's see. The bottom of the deck, we have the sun, the strength card. The sun. I said the sun and the sun's right underneath. Okay, that's fitting. So the strength card. So know that you are stronger than you think you are. You're much stronger than you think you are. And it's not that you have to be a warrior all the time and be fighting. It's not about struggle. We're not put on this earth to struggle. We're put on this earth to be challenged, to have soul evolution, yes, but not to be struggling constantly. So have compassion and grace with yourself. You're stronger than you think you are. You can handle more than you think you can, but you're not going to have to handle as much as you think you need to. It's just we sometimes tend to amplify the worst that could happen, worst case scenario. And then again, that's Virgo energy. Virgo tends to go into the mind a little bit too much to what is that? What's that word? Catastrophize about every little thing because they get hooked on perfectionism. Try your best not to get hooked on perfectionism. Try your best to understand you have what it takes. You have everything you need. You have the universe supporting you. You have your higher self guiding you. Trust in this illumination. Trust that you are strong enough. And trust that you were meant to have bliss in your life. You were meant to have an incredible life aligned with your highest good, with your highest purpose, with your highest joy. You were meant to experience this complete and utter happiness. You just need to believe it. You need to trust. You need to trust that it's meant to be. Let's finish this up with an angel oracle. Oh my gosh, there's something popped up on my phone for a second there. And I got worried that we're losing this recording. Okay, mic's on. Oh, this Mercury retrograde, I tell you, recording the last couple weeks has been interesting. Angels, you have a message for the collective? What do you want the collective to know? They want me to pull a different card first. They want me to pull from the Oracle of the Dragon Fae by Lucy Cavendish. All right. This could be a little bit of a longer reading than I anticipated, but I'm being called to this, so let's just pray that the recorder keeps recording and with the sound on. I guess, if this message is meant to come through, it's meant to come through. So talking about this anxious energy, regulation is going to be so important this year. And I do have, I got to pick that card up. I do have exercises, EFT tapping, affirmations, different regulation exercises. But if you're interested in, if you're looking to do like a 21-day reset or just like a video affirmation prayer, I do create those and I sell them. So if that's something that you're called to, you can DM me and I can definitely send you some options or customize a package for you based on your specific needs and what you're looking to work on. Okay, the cards that came out is Wu Wang, Wild Pure Heart, number 36. 36 adds up to 9. 9 is all about shedding. 10 is completion, but it's right before completion. Right, so I'm going to read the guidebook on this one because I'm not as familiar with everything in here, but a wild, pure heart. It's like that innocence. It's that unconditional love for your inner child, your inner adolescent, and understanding the purity of it, not shaming yourself, not judging yourself, not guilting yourself. Let's see what the guidebook has to say. So Wu Wang, wild, pure heart. In times of the old, they said that only those who were pure could connect with those like myself, that the virgin could connect with the unicorn, that the child could see the meaning of God, that the fae would truly see into your heart and finding it corrupt would never appear to you. So again, not judging yourself, seeing the purity behind yourself. I'm here to tell you that your heart is pure and wild and innocent. It is that you have forgotten to see us, that you have been told that in order to see us, you must be perfect. So fitting with this Virgo energy. That in order to see us, you must be mad, unclean, broken. And if you say you have seen us, you face being shunned. I'm here to say to you that we appear to those who have looked into their hearts and have seen beyond the wounding. Because within you, there is a wild and untrampled heart space, which is free of any taint. In that space, we can enter, and therefore we can, and we will be seen again. You were not born into this world wrong or sinful. There may be karmic markings, but you are no sinner, nor are you corrupt or unworthy. Foster that which is wild and pure and good within you, and we will begin to appear and come forth. You will feel us on the wind and in the water, see us in the fire, and hear our voices emanating from the heart of our mother, the earth, Gaia. You are a child of the mother. Call her what you will, and at your core, you are one of the wild ones. That is my message for you. Wu Wang is a dragon fae lord who has been both a dynastic ruler in human form and whose energy has entered the Chinese system of philosophy and divination known as the I Ching. I might be pronouncing that wrong. I apologize. His mind is very natural and honest. He has an innately good nature and encourages us to be the same and to know we can be the same no matter how we have behaved in the past. Truth and innocence of nature can be reclaimed, and furthermore, these traits bring about good fortune, personally, and for Gaia, Dana, and our mother. So the divinatory meanings behind this: know you are innocent and cultivate that aspect of yourself. Know that your innocence and goodness lies within you no matter what actions you have taken in the past. This present moment is a chance to reclaim that pure and wild heart. When you do that, you will be able to see, feel, and sense clearly the presence of magical beings, including the dragon fae, and particularly the unicorn. So I don't know if you've been seeing unicorns lately or having unicorn thoughts. Wu Wang will also help you eat organically, well, and healthfully. It's very Virgo energy, focusing on health. Take nothing into your body without contemplating whether it will erode or grow that wild, pure heart, and act accordingly. Dance, sing, play music, make love. All these acts done with innocent, wild joy are healing and part of the sacred act of love. And then working with Wu Wang, stay pure and wild and innocent. Devote a part of your daily life to the development of the pure, wild part of you. Let something be beyond your control. So again, not catastrophizing about every little thing and trying to have perfectionism and control of everything. Do not attempt to control and predict the outcome of all. Know that innocence also means that you have not known all and come from that place which is noble and humble. When we do so, our expectations and controlling behaviors depart, as does the drama. In their place come insights and much communication with the magical web of life, including mermaids, unicorns, centaurs, and dragon fae, dyads, and other inner world beings that may have yet been unseen by your eyes. So fitting to get that, with the with the Fool as well. I don't know where that card went. Yeah, the Fool. So if you're still with me in this reading, because that was long, I'd love for you to leave a unicorn emoji if this resonates. And let's finish this off with an angel oracle message. But wow, very fitting to get that card with everything that we've been talking about with this Virgo full moon. All right, angels, do you have one last message for the collective? What do they need to know about this Virgo full moon, total lunar eclipse, which is a bit of a tongue twister for me? 1616. Recovery. Beautiful. Mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it is also encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. That's beautiful. I was told to pull one more card. So yeah, recovery, not being critical of yourself. This is so awesome. 555, success. What a great way to end our reading. Balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. A lot of money is coming your way. Fortune refers to more than just monetary or material success. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. This message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. This is very fitting with what we're talking about. You know, fortune can be fortune in health, fortune in relationships, fortune in self-love and acceptance, believing in yourself. And it can be material as well. Obviously, we want to be able to support ourselves and have the things we need and the things that we want and desire. But yeah, having appreciation for yourself, appreciation for the people who truly value you in your life, and taking personal responsibility. It's going to be impossible to really do anything and have success in life if you're not taking personal responsibility. And I talked about, taking responsibility for your inner child, your inner adolescent, and understanding that you are wild and pure at heart, not to judge yourself, not to condemn yourself, not to shame yourself, not to guilt yourself, not to try to become something that you're not to put this ideal out there that you should be this or you should be that, or you're not acceptable. You are acceptable exactly as you are, wounds and all. You are loved. You are accepted. And you have so much potential. So much potential. Anyways, sending you lots of love and light.